This is the one with the ultimate code red.
The Shadow Proclamation.
Torchwood.
Captain Jack.
Sarah Jane Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Harriet Jones.
Former Prime Minister.
Martha Jones.
Donna Noble.
Rose Tyler.
Wilfred Mott.
And fucking Davros.
What? No canine?
It's called The Stolen Earth.
Here we go! We're still on our endless voyage.
All through time and all through space.
With Sabine and Angels now.
Daleks, Cybers, Uden, wow!
Tennant, Smith and Eccleston.
And Capaldi, he's the man.
Doctor Who is cool again.
That was Russell's master plan. Who back when?
Reviewing all new Who there is.
Who back when?
Subscribe and rate on iTunes, please.
Rose and Donna, Amy Pond, Rory, Martha and beyond. Join us on this odyssey. What other choice could there be but Who back when?
Who back when?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Podcast Land, and welcome to another episode of Who Back When? A Doctor Who podcast.
Or Docpast.
Yeah. He was ready to go.
I am Marie.
Hello, Marie.
And that's it. I'm just on my own today. I'll be taking this.
No. I'm Drew back when. I'm here as well.
Drew's with me.
We're all here tonight.
Room?
The whole cast.
Hi, I'm Ponkin.
Woo! Yep, Ponkin is here, Drew is here, everyone's here.
Yeah, all the spin-offs, all the also-rans.
Everyone we could think of.
What are we talking about today?
We are talking about The Stolen Earth.
Episode N054.
Indeed, Rooney and cheesecakes. Part one of a double feature, comprising this and another episode I don't remember what it's called.
Journey's End.
Journey's End, that's the
Yep.
one. And thus, the penultimate proper Tennant episode ever.
But isn't this the last 10 episode? Oh, well, that would be skipping right to the end.
We don't know yet, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Can I ask, have you guys rewatched Journey's End?
No.
Nope.
Nor
I
I.
literally finished this episode about an hour ago.
Oh, nice.
It's all fresh.
Oh, well done. I rewatched this
And
yesterday.
therefore I have opinions.
I can't
Dun
wait.
dun dun.
Little teaser for the future, the near future of this podcast episode.
We're just a bee scour away from hearing those
I
opinions.
was just about to say, let's do that. Time for us to synopsize,
Slurpify and summarize.
so take a view
And grab a brew.
and listen to this overview, this free-for-all.
We like to call a bite-sized chunk of Who. Bite-sized chunk of Who.
A classic foe of the Doctor's has nabbed the Earth right from under his nose and transported it far across the universe, along with myriad other planets and the lost moon of Poosh.
But fret not. With the aid of a stethoscope and no help at all from the Shadow Proclamation, the Doctor finds our blue planet and must now team up with not one, not two, but every last fucking one of his companions and spin-offs.
While Earth loses its shit, Dalek Khan is having freaky apocalyptic premonitions about the most faithful companion's destiny of everlasting darkness. And oh look, Rose has turned up.
Hilarity ensues. Peace go over, you are welcome. Okay, so that's it. You have opinions, Marie. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, spout one.
All of my notes start with fucking Rose, basically.
Oh, wow.
Fucking Rose. She just angered me in this episode.
How so?
A lot. Well, where to begin?
This is coming from one of the staunch defenders of Rose.
Was I a staunch defender of
Well,
Rose?
were you not at least by comparison? Isn't it comparing her to
To whom, Ronna? To whom?
I actually-
Ronna?
Did you just call me Ronald?
I called you Ronna.
That's new. My first note actually reads, Donna does a clever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Donna
Yes, she
does
does.
a clever.
Donna does a clever. And then it says, Pyrovilia. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have written a quote, I'm human and every bit as important as a Time Lord, followed by, the Doctor gives her a proud dad look, which I thought was a lovely moment.
That was a nice moment.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
Shadow Proclamation lair, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Space Nine knockoff with little drawbridges and chasms, or whatever's going on there.
Yeah.
So is that all your notes? Have you just splooged them
Basically.
within 30 seconds?
Splurged through. Yeah. I have more detailed reasons about why fucking Rose, but
Okay, let's hear some.
the whole jealousy thing, she's all like, oh, who's this Martha? Oh, I was there first.
Oh, I hated the I was there first
Yeah.
one.
He's a fucking Time Lord. Many people came before you.
Yeah, but it's like she's saying I was first of the new Who companions,
Yeah.
and how the shit does she know that?
Yes, exactly.
Also, just to jump in, because this is the only moment I can say this, the Doctor himself sort of backs that up when he joins the interminable Skype chat, saying, oh, Rose is the only one missing.
No,
I didn't think about that.
I disagree.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah,
Really?
because it's not saying the only one of his whole companions. It's saying the only one in that time period. So the only one that's currently alive and on Earth.
I mean, I don't want to seem mean or anything, but Sarah Jane Smith, I feel like she's not quite of that time period.
Oh.
I don't want to be an asshole, but I mean, she's a
whole series.
Yes, that's true, but she's a classic Who companion.
Yeah.
Like, she's a Tom Baker companion, right? We're talking 6 Doctors back in time.
Yeah, which is why Rosa's I Came First doesn't make any sense, because Sarah Jane is right there looking at you.
Oh, that's true.
She came first.
But also the Doc saying, you saying the Rose is the only one of that time period left. The Doctor, a couple of times, because Alistair Lethbridge Stewart, or what's his name?
Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart.
Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, sorry.
To be precise.
Brigadier.
What?
Bagels.
Yes, Brigadier.
Bagels.
The Doc will ask after him at least once, maybe twice. So even in show, Roses can only be one of 2, at least.
True. Yeah.
Did you like Rose's BFG, her big fucking gun?
No. Why is her gun bigger than her?
I love that. No, I don't like the BFG.
I do not like the BFG, because the whole Doctor's premise is he does not believe in guns. He never has a gun. He is not weaponized. And then she's like, oh, look, I have the biggest gun on Earth. The biggest gun that I am physically able to carry.
Which is clearly made out of styrofoam, because she is able to carry it. But I mean, okay, she is fighting Daleks, so I kinda get it.
Well, does it have to be that big?
No, I think
she's got this...
It looked redonkulous.
It did look redonkulous. Yeah. She's got the technology to travel from one universe to another. Does she not have the technology to make a weapon that fits in your pocket?
Yeah, make it small.
Yeah.
But technology gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah, exactly. She should have a little, like, it should be shooting out of her fingertips.
Exactly, and be as powerful as a tank.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just does is it Marvin in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Gun the size of a planet and nobody will talk to me. All through the episode.
Basically. Okay, so the other thing that pisses me off about that scene and all of it is why?
That scene and all of it.
Why doesn't she know who Martha is? She knows who Donna is. She goes to fucking Donna's parents' house.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, you can help me find the Doctor. No, go to Martha is actually legitimately working with UNIT and has methods of reaching the Doctor.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she know about Martha?
I don't know. The Doc was secretive about his rebound, or
I guess, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. That must be it. I feel like isn't there a huge... Martha is more important than Donna, surely. I mean, I haven't rewatched the next episode. I don't know what follows, and there's going to be some humongous Donna reveal, right?
Yeah, you don't know what she's going to become.
Exactly. But surely Martha was more important. She walked the earth like Kane in Kung Fu, while the Doctor was a little...
Dobby.
Dobby, that's the word.
He was a tiny little Dobby.
Surely, if she knows anything, she knows the time when the Master took over the Earth.
Yeah.
Right? That's a huge thing.
You should know, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, she's just skipped over all the Martha bit and just got to Donna somehow.
Do you think Rose is a bit of a racist?
Ooh, did you go there?
Because you brought up Martha, and I know something about what's going to happen to Martha, the Doctor also didn't ask about Mickey Ricky.
No.
Mickey Ricky is the third person.
Oh my goodness, you're so right. Everyone's here except for Rose. Oh, and Mickey. Oh, and his twin from a different galaxy or universe, Ricky. Oh, and there were more people in Torchwood. I think a couple of them died. Oh.
Because there's a line about them, we'll go out fighting light.
Oh, yeah, right.
Other two.
Yeah, you're right, right. Yeah, I suppose.
But I did think it was interesting that at the end of this episode, it looks like they're all going to die. And it's like, can you kill off someone from a spin-off that not in the spin-off? Like, people that watch Torchwood, suddenly it's just going to end. They'll be like, oh yeah, sorry, watch that Doctor Who episode, and then you'll understand why.
Well, do you think that... I mean, I assume that the Torchwood people survive.
Well, no, I assume too, but like, it's supposed to be a cliffhanger. You're supposed to think that they're about to die.
Yeah, it does look pretty hopeless for them. Yeah. They're shooting guns at Daleks. That usually only ends one way.
But I don't think you can kill off a character that's like a main character in another series, because then how do you explain it in the other series? Everyone goes back and...
Captain Jack?
No, the other guy.
John Barrowman? Oh.
No, that's the same guy.
I didn't know how drunk you were.
I'm finding it. His boyfriend.
Yeah. And Gwen. So Gwen's just not there, and they're all like, oh yeah, she died. And all the Torchwood fans are like, what? That wouldn't happen, so...
I suppose. But the point
is...
Takes the
suspense out of it.
They're trying to drive up ratings for all the shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit cheap.
I mean, how many people are actually watching Torchwood but not keeping up with Doctor Who?
Yanto Jones, by the way.
Yanto, lovely Yanto.
In terms of the cliffhanger of, oh my goodness, have all these main characters died, they don't save Harriet Jones for the cliffhanger. It's like, oh no, however will we even sleep for a week? Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister, might have been shot by Daleks. No, they just blatantly, balls to the wall, laser the shit out of Harriet Jones.
Yeah.
Meaning everyone else has presumably survived,
Basically.
right? Yeah, otherwise they would have done the same.
Oh, yeah.
I loved Harriet Jones's little comeback.
Yeah, I liked it as
thought
well.
that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And she holds up her little paper and goes,
Three times.
Three times.
I think especially when she does it to the Daleks.
And the Daleks go, yes, we know who you are.
Comic gold.
I rewatched this episode just the other day. The first time when Miriam and I watched it together like a couple of weeks ago, I hated it. I hated that there were 3 mentions of it. I thought it was like, oh, why are you ham-fisting this joke? Like, it was fun once. You don't have to do it thrice. But now, just upon
I think
rewatching
it got
this,
funnier every time.
It did.
Now, the 4th, 5th and 6th time you came around.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, why couldn't they have spared her for just one more round, one more go around?
Yeah, yeah.
That would have been great.
Cut out 2 or 3 minutes of exterminate, and we'll have a bit more Harriet Jones.
Exactly.
Waving her pass at people.
Wouldn't that be great?
Gentle humour.
What does her ID say? Does it actually say former Prime Minister? Or
Is
did
that
she
what
like...
Prime Ministers have?
They get a former Prime Minister ID
I
card.
see.
I think that's how it works.
Nice.
To touch upon the cliffhanger thingy, there's a much bigger cliffhanger here. The Doctor gets shot.
Well, yeah.
The Doctor starts regenerating.
Which
it's like, holy smokes.
Is the other thing that really pisses me off about Rose, because
Fucking Rose.
Everything, all roads lead to Rose. Yeah.
Her reaction, and she's all like, no, you can't leave me, I've only just found you. It's like, no, you've been through this before, you know what happens, you know he's gonna come back, he just looks a bit different. Like,
Yeah, that's actually
should
quite
she not,
shitty.
that's very shallow of her. Like, I fell in love with you,
Yeah.
the next guy might be ugly, basically, is what she's telling me.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Yeah.
she's saying. I agree.
Captain Jack deals with it very well.
Yeah, that just felt like poor
Captain
writing.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Captain Jack's always looking for a new piece, though.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking for. I want some strange. But yeah, I agree. I think that was poor writing in terms of Rose's character. Actually, Rose was not well written in this episode in general, because she wouldn't do this.
No.
She fell in love with Eccleston.
Yes.
Eccleston presumably fell in love with her as well. Didn't really know it.
Yeah.
But Tennant remembered all of his adventures with her as Eccleston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's a completely new person.
Yeah,
There's going to be another Doctor, and he's going to remember everything that happened.
Because I know they all have slightly different personalities, but I think if any of you think of your partners and think about if they were going now, but you knew they were coming back, wouldn't you just be like, fucking yes, they're not dying forever,
exactly.
They're coming back.
You
don't give a shit what they look like.
Yeah.
Like, all your memories are still there.
Also,
like,
she's a human, he's a Time Lord.
Yeah.
If she's hoping for a long-lasting relationship with a dude who is, let's face it, fucking mental and runs into, like, burning buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna die a few times.
Yeah.
And she should get used to this.
It's not to do with this episode, but it really made me think of, like, River and how different they are, because River loves him in any form.
Yeah.
And she looks at him, it doesn't matter what his face is like, she knows the core of him and she loves him. And it was like, that's what a relationship should be, not like, oh, you're gonna look different and that's...
That is very strong analysis there.
Thanks.
Damn Skippy. Yeah, sorry.
It's a weird dichotomy, Rose, in this episode. She's got the massive gun, she's cocking it at looters in Camden going, you want a piece of me?
Yeah.
and then the Doc's not even there on the screen and she's just this simpering wretch.
Yeah.
So you've got a trillion fanboys just jizzed themselves to death in the first few moments.
In perfect unison.
Yeah, as Rose has come back at the Ultimate Badass, we've seen Martha as a badass in this one, and Rose last week was pretty badass, and you weren't convinced by Martha, but everyone seemed convinced by Rose, and now she's the ultimate, and you see her standing, you see, as the camera rises, you see her appear through a half, a smoking shell of a Dalek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and then the rest
cool.
of the time she's just going...
But I think this is what pissed me off with Rose in, like, when it was her series. I'm sure that every time the Doctor even vaguely looked at another woman, she got all jealous and like, I don't know.
Yeah. Remind me, what was it like in School Reunion when she met Sarah Jane Smith the first time? Because at first, I'm sure there was a little bit of jealousy.
I think
like,
it was.
Oh, that was a different companion and you have a whole history with this person. But then actually...
Because she wants
They
to be
got
the
along.
first. She thinks she should be like the first.
Isn't it
one and only.
worse to have been replaced?
Yeah.
I mean, she met Donna on a number of occasions and was like, oh, you're super important. But in fact, I think subconsciously Rose is thinking, this fucking bitch. She came around. I don't know anything about any so-called doctors from the moon. So as far as I'm aware, I was replaced by this super annoying, overacting lady. Gonna send her on a suicide mission. No, coincidence? I don't think so. No.
Ooh.
And it wouldn't have anything to do with her except all of reality and its millions of potentials is collapsing.
Yeah, no. Oh, I've got a question about that. Everything rests on the shoulders of what's-her-face, Donna Noble.
Yeah.
So when they go to the Shadow Proclamation, which is just, as you pointed out, a room, which really pisses me off.
Because the Shadow Proclamation sounds so cool when he just throws it out there.
It
and it's
really-
like,
Yeah.
what
Like
are we
once or
gonna
twice a
find out?
series, he's been seeding
Yeah.
this great big mystery. And you
Yeah.
think, wow, this is... I mean, the Doctor's treating this concept with reverence. It's like, goodness, this could be something almost to rival Gallifrey.
This is the first time that they've appeared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the reason it's bullshit and the reason that it's just one room and there's only one person and her, like, oh, here's my, you know...
Her platoon of Jadoon.
Her platoon of Jadoon and her albino waitress. Sorry, I'll probably cut that. That is for the same reason as Flapjack berated Gallifrey University in our class bonus review. Because it's like, it's a whole fucking planet. Why would there be one university named after the planet?
Yeah.
Right? Here it's like, we're gonna go to the Shadow Proclamation. Most important thing in the universe. One room, one person, 5 gods. It's bullshit. Anyway, so what I was going to say was, when they are in there, the assistant or whatever, the person who comes in with like nourishment water thing, to give her a nice cleanse.
What is the water? Take this water, it will cleanse you.
It will cleanse you. It's
What
something
is
like that,
that?
right? Oh, I don't know. It's like future foods.
Future.
But it's really boring. Here, drink this steak. But yeah, anyway, so she says, you used to have something on your back. And then she practices diplomacy of the future by saying, oh, you have my condolences for all the shit that's going to happen
About
to
to
you.
happen, yeah.
Why does this person know that there was something on her back? Is there still something on her back?
Maybe this is where the Shadow Proclamation is, like, maybe they know more than the Doctor knows one universe and one time stream because he's in it. Maybe they can see multiple time streams.
Do
and
you
that's
think...
why they're above him?
Do you think they're sort of the good guy equivalent of Dalek Khan? Because Dalek Khan has turned into this weird precog testicle.
Yeah.
And maybe this water assistant lady, maybe she's a kind of a precog as well.
Because that kind of harks back to the taking in of the vapors in the Pompeii episode.
Oh, yeah.
And she mentioned the thing on the back as well.
But she was actually wearing something on her back at the time, wasn't she?
Who?
Donna.
No, but
She had something on... No, wait, she didn't have anything on her back.
Well, we didn't see anything.
I don't
but
think she
there
was referring to, like, the backpack.
No, but she didn't have the thing on her back, because if she had the thing on the back, then she wouldn't have gone on an adventure with the Doctor.
exactly.
She would have gone to
No,
Pompeii.
this is what I said last time. You can't treat this linearly.
So she has to have a thing on her back the entire time that she spends with the Doctor.
Yeah.
Ipso facto, Dudemeister, she's wearing a shitty Beetle backpack right now.
Well, no, because this comes... I mean, okay, back to linearity.
Yeah, exactly.
This comes after, though, the Beetle slaying episode last week. The Beetle was there the whole time after the Doctor met Donna the second time. This whole... Basically, just to break it down to its simplest, the Beetle was there from the start of the series until last week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
So how does... Oh, okay, yeah, we're pre-cog.
But I think that the Shadow Proclamation must be more than we've seen, because if it was just a room with a woman in it, it wouldn't...
It didn't seem like that big a deal, to be honest with you. It seemed like a little space station.
Because she, like, ordered him to stay, and he was just like, yeah, ciao. Like, I liked that scene, actually, when he was...
Yeah, that was pretty
just
good.
go in there, get you the key.
How stupid is she?
Well, yeah.
Like, oh, left the kettle on. I'll wait. I was really disappointed that they step out. And I was actually thinking to myself, the Shadow Proclamation, they somehow made it sound in the 5 minutes before when the Doc said, oh, we're going to go there. They made it, he said they were like the space police. And I thought, don't be the fucking Jadoon. And there they were. The first thing you saw.
The Jadoon mercenaries. Isn't that what we learned in the Smith and Jones episode?
Yeah, I think pretty much mercenaries, but they sort of maybe blur the line between mercenaries and space police because of outsourcing. And
they're freelancers.
yeah, so, but it cheapens the whole thing. You think the Shadow Proclamation has to be this completely new insertion into the series and brings with it all these new, all these new paraphernalia and associated races. But if the fucking Jadoon are there, then the whole universe is walking in and out, and they're nothing special.
I misremembered who the Shadow Proclamation was. I remembered it's like a future church later in Matt Smith times. There's this enormous, I remember them being in like what was ostensibly like a Borg cube. They're like a church/police. They had the Silence with them. I can't remember what they were called now, but that's whom I thought of when he said Shadow Proclamation. Like, oh yeah, totally. It's the Borg cube with the Silence. We're probably going to get to Matt Smith times and it'll be like, oh, that was completely different. But that's what I thought of. Oh, what are they called? What are they called? They had the Dalek dudes, the Dalek-fied humans with the thing, the eye stalk that comes out of the forehead.
I don't remember. But there was some very cool, like, naming of things in this episode. Like, the Medusa Cascade is really beautifully named.
What I was thinking of was the Church of the Papal Mainframe.
That's also a nice name.
Does the Medusa Cascade, I'm looking it up now, does the Medusa Cascades turn up elsewhere? Because that felt like something that we had encountered before.
It sounds familiar, doesn't it? I don't know.
First mentioned in Last of the Time Lords, first seen in The Stolen Earth, also appears in Journey's End, spoiler alert.
So, RTD's done a year's prep to seed this one as in our minds as well.
It was also mentioned in the Centauran Stratagem. Sorry, thank you, Todd, this week, yeah.
But yeah, it's quite nice, I guess, that they're just feeding these things to you so that when it does finally arrive, it's like, oh yeah, I know that. I remember that.
We got the bees and everything.
The bees.
The bees, it finally pans out.
Those useless bees.
We've talked about Rose. We haven't spoken very much about the others.
Let's talk about Donna now.
Oh, okay.
I think Donna was quite good in this episode.
I think she was too.
Oh, surprise, Drew.
Well, can I give you a reason why?
Yeah,
sure.
I'd do it.
I mean, she was only bolshy to the Shadow Proclamation, who, like the Doctor earlier in the series, were just being snotty about humans. Whenever you need someone to stand up for our entire race and or planet, Donna is the one you push to the
Donna's your
front.
woman. Yep.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Donna.
Donna against the universe. She's the heart of the universe.
Donna was the one who started thinking outside the box because we'd already seen there were 26 planets plus Earth, and then the Shadow Proclamation started going, oh, there's 24. Yeah. And we're just like, oh, where's this gap? Where are these other 3 planets come from?
Yeah.
And Donna's the one who first starts thinking outside the box and saying, actually, they might not have all been taken from this time zone. You've got the entire universe to play with.
Absolutely. I agree. Donna did a good job.
Undermining the Shadow Proclamation. Where were they?
That's what I'm saying, man. The Shadow Proclamation did nothing. They seem fairly useless.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll justify their existence in space-time in the next episode.
Here's a question. Did we need to go to the Shadow Proclamation? Really?
I think it was just a loss.
Oh, that's a good question.
A loss of what to do.
Well, I don't know, because in this episode, RTD is drawing on everything, this whole universe, this expanded Doctor Who universe he's been creating and assembling with such care and craft for the last 4 years. He could just give us a bit of extra time with pretty much any one of the supporting cast members. Or, in their locations, Sarah Jane, whatever, Harriet Jones, more card. Just, and they go to this thing and Donna does a clever.
Yeah.
But he could have found out the number of planets some other way. They could have figured it out in the TARDIS, and then the bees, they had that thing, and they could have just done it themselves. And then they could have saved the Shadow Proclamation.
For a serial or an episode that actually mattered, or where their role actually mattered.
Yeah, and where they had space to have a massive role, rather than just being one of all the Doctor Who Avengers just crammed into this infinity war.
No, it's funny that you say that. That's exactly where my mind went. My first note here was companions assemble, because it really felt like, oh, we have every little stereotype. Everyone has their own talent and whatever. Now they come together. She's Iron Man and he's whatever, Captain UK. But the Shadow Proclamation, we don't. Do you know? I don't know. Maybe in the next episode they will actually catch up with the Doctor. They'll find the Medusa Cascade. They'll figure all of this stuff out.
But I guess he's laid the path for them. They now know how to follow.
Exactly.
They just don't know how to jump that 1 second.
Well, they don't really. They know how to, as long as they have the bee thingy.
Yeah.
They can follow, but then the only reason he and Donna went the second half of that route was because
I feel like that's what I
phone
just
call?
said.
No, it was the companions that called
Yeah, I know,
them.
but that's
Oh,
what
but
I
it was a
mean,
super duper whooper phone call.
And they're no longer calling with visible rings coming out of the earth.
Wom, 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 wom.
Can we talk about how cool it was? Just the concept of jumping 1 second out of sync with
That's
the
fantastic.
No,
universe.
it's
What?
terrible because they've already done it with the Atmos boxes.
I was going to say that, yes.
They're just reusing an idea.
I like it.
I like it.
You hated it when it was the Atmos. No, hang on. No,
No.
you hated the look of the Atmos
I
boxes.
hated the look of it because it looked like a fucking porcupine, but I loved the concept of it.
Okay, so...
And this is also the establishing the concept of the pocket in time, which later on with Matt Smith becomes hugely important.
Okay, but the Doctor has seen the Atmos boxes. Over that, he's cooed and gone, ooh, so clever, so brilliant. He does exactly the same thing here. He hasn't learnt anything. It surprises him in this episode as if for the first time. He should have been able to think of that already.
That's true.
If I can't find it, maybe it's in a time pocket.
Yeah, but you don't know when that time pocket is. You can't just jump forward a second every time. Like, the
But he's a
TARDIS was
Time
burning
Lord.
up for 1 second.
That's a good point. He is
Yeah.
a Time Lord. Yeah, well done.
I mean, surely he can develop the technology to find traces of time pockets or do a TARDIS time pocket shift or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm on your side here. Okay. We've already established that none of us here ever watched, what's it called? The Sarah Jane Adventures?
No.
I mean, I feel like I could tell when they were doing fan service. Like, oh,
Where
so...
was K9? If you're going to do fan service, when she ran out to the car, I thought, great, K9's going to be in the
K9.
passenger seat. And he just wasn't.
Because she gets a new K9 at the end of School Reunion, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's probably some sort of copyright issue. Like, you know, Kit Pedler would only let the Daleks out so many times. Is it Kit Pedler?
No, Kid Peddler is Cyberman. You're thinking of Terry Nation.
Terry Nation, exactly. I bet that they have to pay Mr. K9 creator through the nose to get even, like, a still or reuse some footage. He's holding on to that, you know, like, grim death. K9 was where they drew the line.
They finally realised it was a bit dated.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
I
contribute
mean, presumably they have K9 in Sarah Jane Adventures.
much. I would
Presumably,
guess.
right?
I actually looked this up on TARDIS Wiki, not very much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think perhaps for copyright-ish reasons.
I did like Mr. Smith, though, when they do the whole, let's make this signal go vroom.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, oh, yeah, I'll plug in this big cable and it'll spark and let's do a thing with a keyboard. And it's a bit like, oh, really? Whereas when you've got Mr. Smith, you can just say, make the signal
this.
go wide, and
Yeah.
it does.
And Mr. Smith
It's
goes,
a bit more believable.
did you say dial Pete's Pizza? No, Mr. Smith, don't. No.
Mr. Smith.
And then at the end he says, very well done. You walk away with £1,000 and our pointless trophy.
I felt like it was actually quite nicely dealt with. That she lived, Sarah Jane and her son, they live in this little microcosm that's just very child-friendly.
Yeah.
It was nice, and they played with it in the sense of, like, she even says, and I'm assuming that's more highbrow than you ever get in Sarah Jane Adventures, I have no idea, but I assume, when she goes, oh, we really have to deal with that fanfare every time that Mr. Smith opens.
Yeah.
I bet that's
quite
actually
nice.
just the theme music
Yeah.
from your own show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. It was good.
I liked it.
Oh, okay. I did not like Sarah Jane's, is it her son? Or the kid?
No, I
hanging
hated
around?
the kid. Oh, fucking children. No, they should not be. No, CGI them. Don't let them act. It's amazing, however, how she just genuinely goes, fuck it, you stay here, I'm going off on my own.
I know. Bye, son, forever.
I knew I should have stuck with K9. Yeah, he's awful. I mean, I get that he has to be the whiz kid and the brain, and I really hope he doesn't say something incredibly insightful and intuitive next episode, and the Doctor goes, that's brilliant, and then does it, and he saves the day because he's the kid. And
Fucking kids.
I should be more articulate about why I didn't like the delivery of his lines.
I mean, he's a child and he doesn't know better because his intellect isn't well developed yet, but it doesn't fit into Doctor Who. You can't have this weird...
know-it-all.
How old is he? Like 12 years old, 13? I'm shit with ages, but like...
I think older than 12.
15?
15, maybe?
15.
Yeah.
You can't have a 15-year-old suddenly go like, actually it's a wibbly-wobbly timey-wimey thing of a jiggy with the polarity thing or whatever. Fuck off!
It's a trans...
So angry!
It's a trans-dimensional leap. Don't you know anything?
Ugh. No.
Kids know
come on.
about technology, though. How's Sarah Jane going to keep up with the
here's-
iPad?
All right, well, here's another thing. Everything he knows, Sarah Jane will have taught him, right?
No.
Wait, what do you mean no?
He's got Mr. Smith.
Kids
he can
are super
access the whole of
clever.
Mr. Smith's database.
Sarah Jane's old. She doesn't understand technology. She
Yeah.
has to be. He has to teach her.
Sarah
Hey,
Jane's
just-
still's like, where's the floppy disk drive?
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to dial back on some of my hatred for this kid. Because I suppose I didn't react that much worse to him than I did to the two
Wynn.
Torchwood companions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not having any familiarity with them
What the fuck's a
whatsoever.
Dalek?
Yeah.
Like everyone else is like
Oh
terrified.
wait, you're right. How does he not know what a Dalek is? But
Yeah.
he knows what whatever dimensional thing he is.
Science. You know science.
Science.
Oh, fuck that guy. No, Sarah Jane clearly must have told him about all her adventures with the
Yeah.
Doctor, right? It's like, oh, by the way, the main foe is this dude.
The most terrifying thing I've ever encountered.
Here,
there would
watch
be your
this
ghost
box
stories
set, son.
if you were Sarah Jane.
Exactly.
You know, in
He
her
would
universe,
know.
they don't have them recorded.
No, I don't
She's like,
understand. What are we talking about? What?
They do have TARDIS TV,
Ah.
so the TARDIS has just been recording this. This is how we have found this out. These are the recovered files.
This is like we're watching a nicely tailored, edited version of the Big Brother house that is the TARDIS. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Gwyn and is it Gwyn? Gwyn and I've forgotten his name
Yantel?
again.
Yanto Smith.
They're just there going, what the fuck's going on? I don't understand.
I love them.
Oh, Captain Jack, don't leave me. And he's like, bye guys, I have to. I'm going to save the planet.
I love them. Did you watch Torchwood?
A bit.
I loved
I watched like the
Torchwood.
first series and then it got too sexual for me.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Season 1 is very much like Alien of the Week, and then from season 2 onward, you get slightly more elaborate storylines.
Yeah.
And then there are seasons that are where the whole season is one single serial.
Oh, really?
And they're amazing. Children of Earth is possibly the best one. But yeah, I loved their inclusion in it, and I loved seeing the Torchwood set. I hadn't seen it for years and years.
I like the Torchwood set. It's like an underground tube station, but they're in Wales.
Well, it's underneath whatever that thing is.
But like
I've never been there.
The Torchwood sign looks like the London Underground.
I know, yeah, I
But
thought
they
about
don't
that as
have-
well. I don't think
They
it
don't
is.
have an underground in Wales, do they?
Well, I don't think it is an underground station. It's just like it's an underground base of operations
Like
for
a
them, and for some
bunker.
reason it's tiled, and they've actually put the Torchwood logo on the wall. It's like, well, that's brilliant for a secret
Fun fact,
agency.
you can buy the original London tube tiles in Ironbridge. The
Wait, what?
company that
Oh, right.
made the original ones are still going. You can buy
What?
the same ones. Yeah.
Can you get them to make other signs?
I would assume so.
I need a Punk Plaza sign. I need it muy pronto.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Ironbridge is near Wales, so it's plausible that they could have said, hey, we've got this really cool headquarters.
Make us
Make
this
us a
one.
sign. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good knowledge.
I know, thanks. I don't know how to move on from this, sorry.
Well, I loved seeing them on there.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
There was also some big, well, I say big hints. They were all very chummy, weren't they? They were trying to keep it clean as best they could
Yeah.
after, acting up the sexuality to the max.
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
the first time you see them, Jack grabs both of them, and I'm thinking, oh, he's up for one last three-way before the Daleks destroy
Are
everything.
they in a three-way
No.
couple?
She is on the phone and says like, "Oh, you big idiots."
Yeah,
that's her husband.
the husband.
Yeah.
I remember the husband. He's with Yanto.
Yeah,
Captain Jack and Yanto are a couple.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because Yanto's getting all jealous about the soldier,
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah,
Bases.
but as I recall, maybe Captain Jack is a little bit
Captain Jack doesn't want to get tied down.
exactly. I mean, you can't tie him down
He likes a bit of
unless he
strength.
asks you to.
I got a question. Do you ever get a depiction in Torchwood of homosexuality that isn't at the same time rampantly promiscuous or incredibly suggestive?
Yeah, I mean, Yanto is absolutely in love with Captain Jack, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna have to rewatch it before we do a proper bonus episode. But I think Captain Jack actually tries to. I think they have a conversation about it, and Yanto's like, "Dude, it's a relationship or it's nothing. Like you can't go out and fuck everything with a tentacle or 3 legs or more, whatever. Like you have to. We have to be in a relationship."
Yeah.
And Jack's like, "Yeah, right, then that's fine."
That's nice. I think Yanto's quite sweet, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
like
cool,
it.
because I've only got Jack to go on, and a couple of the scenes with Yanto in this episode, like when the Doc appears and he's young, I thought I maybe misinterpreted Yanto as going, oh, he's young, as in Yanto would want to go, but maybe he's trying to imagine
Like everyone
Jack's
in
attraction to him.
I think everyone in that Google Hangout is just like thinking, wow, we want to bone everyone else.
Yeah.
Except for Gwen.
Yeah.
Or Gwen?
Gwen's very...
She's the one who's married and has
Monogamous.
like, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, Donna's like, oh yeah,
Captain Jack,
my
who's that
planet got
guy?
stolen and my family might not be alive. And,
But who's that guy? He
but
looks
yeah,
like he's well
hot.
hung.
Yeah. I'd have a go on him.
And I swing from it like a monkey bar.
And at the same time, just because it's tenants, what they really... that's a little ham-fisted, but fine. Fine. It's a fun scene. It's all right.
But the Skype conversation does go on way too long, doesn't it?
It really does.
Because the episode is absolutely full throttle for 20 minutes. You get a little tiny pause where Donna is sitting on the stair where she sits.
With the big heartbeat.
Yeah, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Yeah, what's that about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's
That's
spoken.
Weird. It didn't fit in well.
She was staring off into the distance, and I thought she was either going to see something or have a big revelation. And then, just the woman came and offered her the water.
Yeah. And then
Great,
said,
well done.
by the way, you're fucked in some undefined future way.
Yeah.
Great. And then it was bang, back to action, and all the music was like, and then there's 15 minutes of Skype chat. And
Yeah.
Harriet Jones again.
Wait, hang on. You just said that my future's completely fucked. I'm gonna ask you. No, actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. Yeah. Why wouldn't you just go? Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Please expand.
Donna's in denial, though. She just reacts to that as like, no, I couldn't possibly be important. You must be mistaken. You must be thinking of another doctor's companion.
Oh, because she's so humble.
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
Because her mum's so horrible.
Oh, Donna's mum. Actually, yeah, when Wilf is like, you can't deny it anymore. Look, there's fucking planets in the sky. Is she still denying it? Does she not know where Donna is?
I think she's a stone cold idiot. She doesn't realize that she's elsewhere in space or that the sky has changed. She probably thinks, oh, it's like the government did something. It follows the same pattern of the...
Wait, sorry.
Oh, go for it. No,
No, you do it. Richard Dawkins!
Yeah, Richard
cool.
Dawkins!
He's like,
tons of exclamation marks.
we have travelled in space. The planets did not come to Earth. I don't even know what he
Spot
sounds
on.
like. I'm not doing an impression. I'm just talking in
Richard?
an old man voice.
Question though, why Richard Dawkins? Because, I mean, obviously Brian Cox's career hadn't got going by that point, and he would be the guy to just
He would be the
parachute
guy
in
to
now.
go, yeah.
Because Richard Dawkins was already sitting in a studio somewhere doing an interview, and the BBC
He was
just
in the
went
next
like,
studio, yeah.
the BBC probably went like, hey, Rich, do you fancy being in a scene of Doctor Who?
What, 5 minutes?
Yeah, Dawkins probably went, yes, but only if I can sit down because I'm so incredibly hard right now.
But I mean, at best, he's a sort of sociologist, evolutionary biologist. At worst, he's an ideologue. What's he doing saying,
that's-
I know
that's true.
exactly where we've gone in the universe?
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Why didn't they get him to talk about, I don't know, mass manipulation or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
Because-
more in his wheelhouse.
It's just science at this point.
Oh, right. We're back to it. All science is equal.
Science. Yeah.
Science, yeah.
Let's get a scientist. I
Well
don't know.
scienced,
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins. Okay, we haven't talked about Martha. Can I pull out a soundbite to introduce talking about Martha? Is that
Please
okay?
do.
I've been promoted. Medical director on Project Indigo.
Did you get that thing working?
Indigo's top secret. No one's supposed to know about it.
Martha.
Why are you telling people? Why are you telling people, Martha?
Oh, wow. How did I miss that?
Oh, no, I love
Hiding
that.
in plain sight.
It was.
She is the worst.
Oh, she's not the worst. She's the best. I love the whole Dr. Jones thing. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones.
Calling Dr. Jones.
So she uses a teleporter by...
But she gets in the fucking teleporter. She doesn't know where she's going to go. She might be, like, scattered among the universe in particles.
Yeah.
But she does it.
is it not,
Exactly as Captain Jack says.
Brave.
yeah. Is it not a little bit cheesy that even though they don't know how they've sort of quote-unquote reverse engineered this teleporter, it just reads her, not mind, heart.
Heart.
It reads her heart.
It doesn't read out. See, she didn't say that.
No, she was like, oh, I knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Yeah, because she was thinking of her
I
mom.
wanted to go home
It
and
read
see
her
my
mind.
mommy.
About her brainwaves.
So I pull these two. Why would you not, when you design this thing, why wouldn't you design it with a button? Why do you have to design it with two cords that you pull? It's not like a parachute. It's really. Anyway, I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
It's what's the word? It's not racist. It's like speciesist. What if
totally.
you've only got one hand? What if you're an alien species that doesn't?
Oh,
have
I thought
two
you were
hands?
going for referring to it as Project Indigo.
Oh no.
Clearly, Torchwood. No, Unit isn't colorblind. They're just like, oh, fucking blue people. No, we're going to call this technology Project Indigo.
Yeah. I thought it was a bit cheap in the sort of setup of, well, we have this completely untested technology. Do a Leica, put a dog in it, put something in it. Don't have the first time you're testing this utterly unproven thing.
Wait. Wouldn't this be great? So they have built the Project Indigo thing to be tested on a dog, and then we get Martha, like, putting on a collar. Like, so, Martha, and everyone's, like, dead serious. Like, Martha, put on this collar, put this dog bone inside your mouth. Clamp down really hard. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be so good. I'm picturing it. It's kind of sexy.
Well, all the more reason. But just to say, we have this thing that will certainly kill you. Oh, hey, it didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like if she'd have stayed there, she was going to die anyway because the Daleks were right there.
Yeah.
So it was her only way out.
Okay, so we also get in that same scene
Ooh, the little
the
box thing.
Esterhagen key, and it just I got the same vibes as wait, hang on, is it one episode ago in Turn Left when Donna dons the time code and she doesn't even button it? She's like, this is an important piece of kit, don't even button your goddamn code. In this one, it's like, it's the Esterhagen key. We're not going to tell you what it is until the next episode, but it's clearly something that can, like, I don't know, turn the universe inside out.
Yeah,
and she just goes like, I'm going to pop it in my pocket. Bloop.
But Martha knows what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop it in my pocket. I'm going to pop it in my pocket. I'm not going to hold on to it. I'm not going to put it around my neck. It has a chain. It's just like, I'm going to pop it in my pocket.
She's probably got zips in her pocket.
She does not zip anything.
She's Unit.
Can I destroy this for both of you?
Go for it.
Martha, you're 99.999% certain to be obliterated in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Have our doomsday device.
Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, that's true. Why if they actually think that, no, wait, because they think that she's going to the doctor. Do you think that they've built something into Project Indigo that is literally, well, it's a, whatever, reader... Though they had access to the TARDIS for a while, right? And the TARDIS takes the Doctor where he needs to go, where he wants to go / where he is needed.
Yeah.
So maybe they appropriated some of that technology, built it into Project Indigo, and made that go where she was needed, and therefore...
that's why they've put Martha in it, because they think Martha has this connection with the Doctor, and
she will
get
take
to the
it.
Doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually,
but
retcons.
her heart is too strong because she puts family first and she goes home.
Yeah, and consequently, very possibly, her family will be exterminated.
Yeah, and she can use this more than once, right? The Doctor's been hanging around in low orbit
Why
for a
are they
while.
not, like, just pulling cords left, right, and centre?
Yeah, straight into the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Or just popping around the planet, bear hugging someone, pull on the cord, we're both in the TARDIS, I'll go and pick up the rest.
One by one, I will save mankind.
Maybe that happens in the first 2 minutes next week.
Maybe
I'll be
that's next
placated.
week's episode, yeah.
Did you also feel that Jack was very quick to give up, by the way? I mean, he teleports out, which is cool, I guess.
And he lands shooting.
Yes, mid-shot, the bullet is at the end of the barrel, ready to waste that Dalek.
It's like, yeah.
But he is very quick in the beginning. He's very quick to just give up all hope.
I think all of them are, actually. Anyone who's
like, oh no,
heard
we're
of
all gonna
Daleks
die.
just says, that's it, it's over.
Oh, really? After 45 years of beating them?
Yeah. And also, everybody that knows what a Dalek is has already faced a Dalek and survived. So,
yeah.
And they had the Doctor by their side, so it's more, I think it's more, we can't get through this without the Doctor.
Yeah.
But you know that it's survivable.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
the Daleks have literally taken over the entire Earth.
Yeah.
In Hartnell days, there was the Dalek invasion of Earth, which was remade with Peter Cushing. This is the whole thing, where they literally take over the entire Earth.
Yeah.
All humans become slaves. What happens? Mankind still survived, and we beat them.
Yeah.
Right? And
Wasn't Cribbins in that?
Cribbins was in that.
So he's already survived this one.
It's oh man, seriously, those are amazing. By the way, those films, they're great. I love them. But yeah, you shouldn't give up, because you should.
Never give up. Have they learnt nothing from the Doctor?
Yeah, also, Jack seems to have a perfectly serviceable Dalek-destroying gun.
Yeah.
Although, why does he not leave 2 more of those with Gwen and Yentob, or whatever his name is?
Yantob.
And they're just shooting useless bullets, like units are, again. These same guns, they'll definitely work this time. Have Unit ever successfully killed anything? Apart from maybe an exhaust pipe.
Yeah, fair.
I did love Wilfs. Let's blind them with the pink.
I know.
Oh, and what a shot!
Such a
Crack
Absolutely.
sniper, Wilf is.
Bullseye.
He is, I love him.
He's a legend.
He is such a legend,
Yeah.
and he's a total sweetheart.
Yeah.
His "Do you want a swap?" line was the first moment
Yeah.
of real quality for me in this episode.
Yeah.
Can I just say, we actually do get a reference to Dalek invasion of Earth in this one. Because the Doctor says someone trying to move the Earth once before. And that's in that episode. And the whole plan there was the Daleks were using human slaves to hollow out, like to dig up Earth core, to hollow out the Earth so they could put like a battery in the middle.
Oh my God.
Like a propeller to use it as a spaceship, basically.
What is it with the Daleks trying to make engines out of 1 or more planets?
That makes no sense. Oh, yeah, that's right. So the whole thing works like an engine.
Yeah, I suppose, because, when the Doctor had exactly the same CGI set up in the Shadow Proclamation room as we were seeing in the Medusa Cascade,
Yeah.
and then they suddenly flipped and, turned into the engine, I expected them to be spinning, and you could actually see how the engine might work in some way, because they assumed their configuration, but then did absolutely nothing, which was strange. I thought some sort of gravitational, effect would accumulate, but nothing was going on.
See, I didn't even really pick up on the term engine until I rewatched it the other day, and now I'm wondering maybe that's not even really the idea. Because my first assumption was that, this is just how they fit together so that they can all survive. Like, if you put these, however many, 12 planets, 20 planets, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you put them in exactly this configuration, that way they can spin, they get exactly the right amount of heat and everything, and they can actually all survive as though nothing has happened.
Do we ever get any, like, what is the purpose of this? Why? Because they say...
I don't know.
The crucible is 90% ready.
Oh, the crucible. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because surely the Daleks' ultimate aim is just to kill all humans.
I kill everyone.
That's Bender's ultimate aim.
Yeah. But yeah, why transport the planet? I don't know.
You have watched Rick and Morty, Drew.
Some of it, yeah.
Are you familiar with Rick and Morty?
No.
Oh my god, watch it. It's the best ever.
Okay.
There's an episode of Rick and Morty where the Earth is also plucked, and lots of planets are plucked and just placed somewhere. Very possibly inspired by this episode.
Yeah.
Because Dan Harmon is a Doctor Who fan. But there, the whole thing is just like the Galaxy's Got Talent type thing, where these huge alien heads show up, and they just go, "Show me what you got!" And I was half expecting a huge alien head above, to just like, the Crucible is assembled, "Show me what you got!" And then everyone has to sing.
I would enjoy that episode.
So
Maybe
would I.
that's in part 2.
Maybe. Yeah.
Who knows?
Has Clom ever come up?
Clom.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd want Clom? It's like Space Leads.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Clom.
Wait, what's Clom? Remind me of Clom. What is Clom?
It's just a planet.
When they're naming all the planets, and he goes, "Who wants Clom?"
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants Clom. Why would you nick that?
Hasn't Clom come up somewhere?
I don't know.
I definitely feel like that has come up. I'm looking it up. TARDIS Wikia Clom. Yes, Love and Monsters. It's from the planet Clom. That's where I've heard it before. Bingo bongo. Clom.
Oh, Clom.
Exactly.
Fucking Clom.
He is from Leeds. He's not from Leeds. He's from Manchester.
No, I didn't realise it was him saying Clom.
Clom.
We haven't talked about the Daleks, Davros, the Supreme Dalek,
Yes.
or Dalek Khan
What
as
is-
all.
The Supreme Dalek.
It's just another Master Dalek.
I'm a big red one.
Oh, Dalek Khan, when he does his line, and it's like, "I was flying." It was heartbreaking and hilarious.
1,000 times.
I really love Dalek Khan.
Little crazy testicle. Why have they not just given him a fresh Dalek shell?
Yeah.
Like, why does he have to sit in that shitty molten one? Poor guy. Can he even breathe well without the rest of his shell?
Probably not.
I mean, like, if you have just like a little, could you walk around with like a little Dalek in your handbag, like Paris Hilton or something? Wouldn't it die unless it's encased in that metal thing? I assume so.
Yeah.
How does he eat? Do other Daleks come and like throw up at his mouth like it's a bird?
How
Like,
do
what do they
Daleks
do?
eat?
Well, presumably, like, it gets injected with all the nourishment inside the shell, but he's in this broken thing that's basically just like it's a broken wheelchair for him. But no one's feeding him. There's no one coming up and, like, just spewing in his mouth.
He's connected up to tubes underneath, surely.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
I think they did that, and then
Your
they're like,
reverse enema.
we just won't touch you ever again. You're like our leper. We're not going anywhere near you. We'll give you your own bay, and then you can just squeak at us, and we'll ignore you to the best of our ability.
No, we'll not ignore you because he sees the future.
Exactly. He's on a podium.
We'll just let you spew your like soothsaying.
Yeah, he's the
future
precog.
stuff.
Yeah.
But we won't acknowledge you in any other way.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Even in Minority Report, they had a common sense to put those freaks in a tub somewhere. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm obviously not that fascist, but I mean, why is he just on this platform under a spotlight? This guy is just like, someone turn off the lights. Maybe I can't do anything.
I can't blink. It never stops.
Maybe they think if they leave him there long enough, he'll cook like scrambled eggs, and eventually the problem will go away.
Oh god, that poor guy is just never going to heal.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh.
What did you think of Davros?
Well, they led with his hand.
Yeah.
His very Dr. Claw-like hand. Did he always have that hand?
Yeah, I think so.
So he was the inspiration for Dr. Claw, pretty much.
Sorry, what's Dr. Claw?
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot.
That guy.
I remember that. Oh, wow.
Thanks.
Did he always have the hand?
I think so.
Because did it look like a metal hand?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'm not 100% sure.
It could have got more metallic because he had to strip his skin.
Because he used every cell in his body to create these Daleks. I thought that maybe he'd recreated a metal hand for himself because he'd given the rest of it up.
I'm looking at a picture of the first Davros, and he does have. No, he doesn't have a metal hand.
No, I didn't think so.
It's more like a glove.
Like a glove. He has really long fingernails.
Yeah, of course.
So this was new. So actually, they're just riffing off Dr. Claw now.
But yeah,
yes.
When he opened his chest and you saw his beating heart and
his ribs.
That's. I mean, it creepy as balls,
Yeah.
but like. Why? I mean, surely you can figure out a better way of doing this.
yeah, don't we know about cloning? Can we just not use the one cell?
Exactly.
And then clone them?
Yeah, this is not how it works.
No.
Like, is he literally taking, like, we're taking one cell at a time, then we're injecting it with something?
Because
like,
if he's literally taking one cell at a time, holy fuck, how many Daleks are there?
billions upon billions.
Billions upon billions
Yeah.
upon
Well, I mean,
billions.
we
How is
we
this
saw,
guy still alive, by the way?
Yeah.
we saw thousands of ships. Each of those ships has thousands of Daleks in it.
Yeah.
How long has he been creating Daleks from his individual cells?
As long as it takes.
I guess he's more robot than man at this point, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit naff. I mean, when he opens his jacket. If he had opened his jacket and it's boobs? that would be like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming. And now it's just like, I didn't see that coming for a reason, you know?
They could have taken that in a really horrible direction.
Now I nourish the Daleks. Milky breasts.
That's how Dalek Khan is fed. No!
Oh my god.
That's why he's fucking insane.
Oh, here comes the teat. Oh no, Bitty. Davros Bitty. Okay, can I ask another question? Did we actually get to learn the Doctor's phone number in this episode?
Yes, I was going to say that. I wonder how many calls they got after
Just
that.
like I was thinking, like, shall we try to call the
Should we?
number? I mean, I'm assuming that it's a BBC number.
Yeah.
Because they can't very well be allowed, like legally allowed, to put someone else's number out there, unless it's like RTD, Stephen Rocket's number, and they pick up, and we're just like, hi. Done, click.
Oh, come on. We met Colin Baker last week. We're
We did.
fearless now.
Should we call? Should we call?
Fuck it, we're
them?
gonna try to call it. I'm gonna find his number.
It was 077.
Yeah.
Was it 07700? Yeah.
31 minutes and 38 seconds in, we get to see it. Boop.
There was also way too much mum and mom and saluting in this episode.
I don't know. I like a good salute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I suppose
Alright.
she was in Downton Abbey.
Sorry about the noise in the background. Yeah, hang on. We're about to see the number. I'm so excited.
Wow, look at all these people running around. Nobody is standing where they need to stand.
Torture is just running back. Oh, like,
quick, chuck me a tube. Plug it in. Get
Why
some
isn't
sparks,
that already
brilliant.
plugged in? Yanto, you got one job to do.
Oh, Yanto.
Okay, hang on. We're about to get it. And everyone's
If only they had a
calling.
big fucking lever for this scene, that would have been really good.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to call this number. It's 07700900461. Or for those fans of us out there who enjoy us saying naught, it's 07700900461. I'm going to try this now.
Do fans enjoy it when we say naught?
Yeah, we've heard that a couple of times.
I'm going to put this into Google as well.
Oh yeah, maybe you should Google it before I press call.
Oh, you might get through to Jersey, according to the BBC.
Oh, it was just cancelled. Like you don't get anywhere with it.
Oh.
Call ended immediately. Call ended. Oh, what a massive letdown. Well, we tried, Podcast Land, so now you don't have to. That's for all our US listeners out there who are like, oh damn it, I just don't want to do an international call. I want to know, but I don't want to do an international call. Well, we did it.
I brought an article up on it. It's
okay.
Part of a range of numbers reserved by Ofcom, the media and telecommunications regulator, for drama purposes. If you ever see 07700 followed by a 9, you can be pretty certain it's a fake number.
Like 555
Exactly.
in the US. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very, very cool.
Yeah. And how modern of them not to put a house number.
Yes. How interesting that he just has a regular UK mobile phone, by the way. There's not even like a country code.
No.
What's the country code for outer space?
Yeah, that should be 50
Treble
digits
infinity.
long.
First you type in the first 200 digits of pi. But then you skip the 0. So,
We were talking about Davros.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh yeah.
at the time, let's try and take ourselves back 9 years, which nobody except Nick can really do, but let's try. Let's imagine it for the purposes of the podcast.
Zing!
We had the Daleks in Series 1, Daleks Cybermen Series 2,
Yeah.
Master in Series 3. Davros was the iconic classic foe left to bring back, essentially.
Yeah.
Right? So we were all expecting it. So were you impressed by Davros this time around?
Is this the first Davros in New Who, then?
Yes. And there was a big fanfare, and people pretty much knew that he was going to appear because they let things like this slip. Like we know the Master, John Sim, is coming back later in Series 10.
What?
Well, two of us knew. Sorry. He appeared at the end of coming up later this series. Capaldi has a regeneration scene, although we know from this episode that means nothing. And,
Do you want another spoiler?
What about the regeneration scene?
Sorry. Yeah, wait, one thing at a time. You had a point to make about Davros.
Sorry.
What was it?
Well, my point was this had been long awaited back then. And what did we think of him now? Sort of slowly edging towards the edge of the shadow and then sort of taking over the Doctor's screen. Did we think it was a good reintroduction for this iconic villain?
He doesn't look that scary. Does he?
No, he doesn't, but he looks very authentic. I mean, the hand or glove notwithstanding, he looks very much the part.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you a question for you guys, especially in this part of the world, with Doctor Who having permeated so much of, like, British culture?
Yeah.
Did you already know what Davros looked like? Like, were you already familiar with Davros?
I don't think I was. I think that was the first time. I think I'd heard the name Davros, but not actually ever seen.
So can you remember how you felt?
I think I was quite excited, actually. I think that was like, oh, wow, Davros.
This is the Davros.
Because we've had Daleks before.
Yeah. And Daleks surely you already recognised from before, right?
Yeah, Daleks are very recognisable.
Yeah.
And then there was always the thing about like, oh, you just run upstairs and you're away from the Daleks, and then they make them fly, and that was like, oh wow. But yeah, I think Davros was brand new, and it was like, oh my god, like this is the creator, this is something more, this is an intelligent, because Daleks aren't intelligent, they just shoot and destroy.
Much,
and
they're just hatred, right?
Yeah. So actually the thought of somebody creating that hate is like, I just want all of the living beings to be destroyed, and I'm going to create an army that does nothing but what I tell it to do.
Yeah.
That's quite a terrifying concept.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps this episode, he wasn't particularly scary because he's not a physical threat.
Yeah.
But he is the source of almost limitless malevolence. And I thought some of that managed to come across in this episode. And at the beginning of series 9, where they have that double header. And he pretends to cry. I loved that because he was utterly manipulative of the Doctor, and I really thought that was...
it's amazing. Oh, and the flashback of the child and everything. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, the hand mines. Oh.
They've done better since, but I thought it was okay this time around. They couldn't give him all the screen time, but they did slow the episode down at the appropriate point and let the Doctor look pretty fucking...
Because he did look pretty fucking...
He was incredibly... Well, yeah, carry on.
That was it. So what does Donna say to him? She's very comforting at that moment.
Oh no, that's the one Donna moment that I really hate.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's such bullshit. I mean, okay, wait, first off, the Davros identity and backstory is largely established by the Doctor in that scene, because he's like, but I killed you and I watched you die or something, and then he just drops all these references that I don't recognize myself, but that I assume harken back to classic Who and that actually have a place in the canon, right?
Yeah.
And it just means like, oh, well, wait, hang on, if the Doctor says this, that lends credence to it. I'm going to buy into this. That's great. Yeah. Clearly, he has encountered Davros before, and Davros is a creature of, well, I don't know, some merits, whatever. But
a formidable foe.
But they are having a Skype conversation. It's not like Donna's invisible and inaudible to the Daleks and to Davros, and she just pokes her fucking face into frame and goes like, "It's okay. We're in the TARDIS. We're safe here." Shut up, Donna. I'm trying to look like a badass in front of Davros. Right? I mean, no, what?
Also, can you think of anyone who's just transported randomly into the TARDIS with no problems at all?
Ooh.
Maybe dressed up for her wedding?
Therefore, the whole nobody can get in the TARDIS thing.
Yeah. We're in an utterly impenetrable box, which I arrived in randomly one day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
He still uses the whole "you're safe in the TARDIS, no one can get in," though. Like, to this day, and it's like, well, that's not true.
Memory.
Yeah. It's like, maybe only good people get in. Important people.
People with Huon particles.
But even then, they're not safe. I mean, the last time she was transported into the TARDIS, she dematerialized and was uploaded into a goddamn computer.
Yes!
True.
Yeah. So it's happened to her twice. Yeah. One in, one out.
She should not trust the TARDIS.
It's like a club.
I wanted to touch upon the regeneration again.
Oh, yes, sorry, of course.
Because I couldn't put myself 9 years ago. I couldn't quite remember if there was any kind of hinting about it being his last series, and therefore whether we knew there was a regeneration coming, or whether it was out of the blue. And
I think after any Doctor's been in the role 2 years, the rumour mill starts.
Exactly. And do you believe it? Do you think, holy shit, this is his last episode and we're going to get a new Doctor for the finale? I think I believed it. I think that was like, you've never seen a regeneration before that didn't finish.
I think I must have believed it as well. So when was this? Which year?
2008.
2008. Oh, I'd already left Sweden at that point. Because I was going to say, in Sweden, we didn't know anything about this. And when the series started, it was just like, well, fuck it, whatever's on TV, I'm going to watch it. Like, I don't know. No one tells me anything. It just snows and we have bears. I should have gone with moose. But the...
Saunas.
That's Finland.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
That's okay, I'm huffing. Yeah, but now, I mean... Even now, not having watched the next episode, I am on the edge of my seat, because I know that he does survive for, like, Easter and Christmas and New Year specials or whatever.
Yeah.
But, holy smokes, I don't know how.
No, I don't know how.
The only thing that it makes me think is that if anyone really screwed with the whole myth of the regeneration, it was Tennant, because in his very first episode, they chucked off his hand.
Yeah.
And he was just like, regeneration energy. You hand. I'm going to use this for my engine. I mean, like, what? Yeah. No, that's not cool, Dan.
Yeah.
And now he's regenerating, but we're still going to see him in a desert.
Rose do something with regeneration and, like, get all the energy of the TARDIS?
Yes, Bad Wolf.
She did, She did that. Donna's about to do that.
Oh, spoilers?
Probably, I don't know.
I think this is just what...
She might not.
I think this is just what showrunners feel is their right to do when they come to the end of their run. Because I think Moffat is going to do something this year. Something freaky to do with regeneration.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He's hinted hinted heavily at something that will, quote, melt your brains.
Oh, really?
And people are speculating wildly about what that might mean. And it might be nothing.
It's definitely not going to be straightforward, and certainly not so straightforward as to show us the regeneration scene after the very first episode of season 10. No, it's definitely going to be something wibbly-wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if he's going to turn into John Sim.
Ooh.
No, I'm sure not.
That could...
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have another white guy.
Well.
But yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and then it could be John Sim Doctor versus the Mistress.
Missy.
Wouldn't that be kind of
There'd
cool?
be lots of cupping each other's faces. And charged eroticism.
Yeah.
I have one last question.
Yeah, go for it.
Last question for me. Because you have criticised, maybe once or twice, Wirren Dawn for being non-stop action all the way through. This was as close as a TV episode as you get to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it like that for you in any way, or was it bad?
Well, you're asking me specifically.
Because you're the only one who listens to Wirren Dawn.
Because of Wirren Dawn. Well, first off, let me just say, I feel really bad for the terrible rating I gave Wirren Dawn, because it was not great, but it wasn't that bad. But, yeah, you're right. This was maybe a little bit too much action, but because they incorporated stuff like Torchwood, which is a much more grown-up and action-y show, it seemed very justified. Like, it was fine, you know?
Okay.
I liked it. Also, it's building up to the crescendo, so you have to tear everything down.
All of reality.
Exactly, so that they can then build everything back up again for Act 3, you know?
Yeah.
Is this a 2-act play? Is this a 3-act play? This is a 2-act play, isn't it?
Two.
This whole episode was just Act 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're approaching the goddess moment. We're going to ratings.
Let's.
And now it is time to rate this.
Did we love or hate this?
Bing bong, hey, la 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 la.
Ratings.
I'm just going to talk a bit for a bit about my score, because the only, like...
Hang on. Are we now rating or pre-rating, or what's going on?
This is a pre-rating. Are we
This
doing
is
this?
because you said we were doing really well. You fucking jinxed us.
Sorry.
on the car on the way over, I was sort of thinking about a score, and I was just like, I was so angry. I was furious with Rose, basically.
Yeah.
She bothered me so much in this episode. And then I was like, fucking Rose. But I was like, I'm sure there are good bits. I'm sure that the guys will come up with some good bits and they'll swing me around and I'll feel better about it. And now we've talked about it for an hour and I still don't have...
You don't feel that much better about it?
No, I just don't know what to do.
I don't really know what to do either.
Somewhere in the middle.
Okay, so tell you what, how about this? I'm just looking at the turn left page on whoback1.com. Ladies and gentlemen, you should check it out. And you gave Turn Left... Wait, hang on, first of all, is this
better or worse?
Is this
than
better or worse, just to make it that rudimentary? Is it better or worse? Is it more rewatchable or less rewatchable than Turn Left? Would you rather watch this again right now, or would you rather watch Turn Left as a single episode?
I think probably Turn Left.
Really? So you gave Turn Left 3.6.
Yeah. So I have to give this less.
Well, I don't know. Do you have to? Do you feel that, I mean, by that rationale, it seems like you should.
You know what? The number that was in my head, but it's really low, and now I don't know whether I've done anything to credit it. We haven't said anything to credit it being this low, and I'm aware that my scores are often quite low. But I always say this, it's not, if I give something like a 1 point something, it's still on a scale of Doctor Who, it's still saying that it's like, it's a great TV show, but it's like the worst of the range. It's not like I'm comparing it to like...
Even as like a 0.1 on our scale is still better than most TV.
Yeah, exactly. So so I think the number floating around in my head was like 2.8.
2.8 is holy smokes, that's exactly what Drew gave, I think. Whoa. Wow. Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
2.8. So I'm sticking with it.
So you're sticking to 2.8.
Yeah.
Okay. Drew, do you want to go ahead?
Okay, I'll go ahead. My review starts, what the fuck can you say after that lot? Which you have exemplified brilliantly. I spent most of the time convinced I hadn't seen this episode in 2008, but then once Doc started sprinting down the road towards Rose, I was like, oh, it's all coming back. But when you have an episode this bombastic, what can you possibly remember? There's not much depth to it, but RTD's ambition to provide the ultimate Doctor Who spectacle is undeniable. This is something he couldn't have done in Series 1. It's something he tried to do in Series 2 and couldn't. Actually, a couple of wobbly CGI shots aside, this is the BBC punching at the top of its weight, the top of its budget. And it's really impressive in that way. It is full on, apart from 3 scenes. There was too much exterminate, too many choirs of doom. But the Doc and Davros together again, supplied a bit of a tingle, but Rose needs to simper less while holding ordnance the size of a stolen planet 2.9.
Wow. Okay.
Over to you.
Well, how do I follow that? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit higher than both of you. For the record, both Drew and I gave Turn Left 4.3. Very high scores. I agree, this is nowhere near as good. But I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with the last classic, which was the first appearance of the Master. And I didn't take that into account in my rating. I first gave that a 2.0, and then after reading all the listener minis, I realized, fuck, I didn't even consider the fact that we get the first appearance of a new foe in classic times. So I retconned myself and I bumped myself up to a 3.0.
A whole extra sonic boner?
Not just because of the Master, because of lots of things, but the Master was a huge component there.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, absolutely peer pressure.
Love me, Podcast Land, love me!
And in this case, it's sort of the reverse. And I really feel like that deserves some pomp and circumstance. And I don't remember exactly how I felt when this aired, but I bet that I recognized Davros, because I remember Davros from when I was a child. And that will have meant shit tons for me then, and it still means shit tons for me now. So as a consequence, that already bumps up the score. I loved it. I find this highly rewatchable. And the fact that I'm on the edge of my seat and I cannot wait to see the conclusion of it means I have to give this a 3.1.
That's not much higher.
Not much higher.
No, but I was originally going to give this like a 2 point something. Listener minis?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did Podcast Land think?
So we have 3 listener minis. The first one comes from
Matt from Manchester.
Hello, Matt.
Hi, Matt. So, I'm just going to start reading. First off, a retraction for my comments about Donna being blissfully absent from Midnight. I do like Donna a lot. Her pairing with Ten is easily the best Doctor-companion dynamic Tennant has on screen, and it gets better still on their recent Big Finish audios.
Hint, hint, hint.
Hey.
Honkin.
JD.
At her worst, she's deliberately grating, but at her best, she's lovely and very well performed by an underrated Catherine Tate. Anyway, Stolen Earth. After name-checking the 2 spin-off series in the previous episode, we now get Torchwood, Sarah Jane, and all of RTD's companions on screen in the same ep. Call me melodramatic, but at the time, this was like the Avengers assembling on screen 4 years early. The jam and string...
Jam and string!
The jam and string! Wait, oh my god, this is the first... Wait, seriously. Dude Meister, Matt, high-fiving you across the ether. This is a... Congratulations, first person officially to reference jam and string outside of this podcast. Hey, can we just all clink glasses in honor of jam and string? Sorry, carry on, Marie.
Okay. The jam and string is all converging with excellent effect. Spoiler alert, the payoff is slightly fumbled next week, but the setup here is superb. Ooh. Spoilers. Jadoon! Davros!
Exterminieren?
Exterminieren! Big sci-fi guns! Unit! The Valiant?
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the Avengers aircraft.
Well,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
It's destroyed in a few seconds.
Yeah.
well,
Thank goodness.
the Valiant.
Good riddance.
Even though cell phone footage had been on YouTube for months beforehand showing Tennant being shot by a Dalek, the surprise regeneration was still thrilling and quite possibly marked the last time that Doctor Who was actually water cooler conversation material, as people spent the next 7 days wondering what the hell was going on. Had Tennant's era actually ended here, it would have been a hell of a statement and a tremendous achievement. Pity we have to limp through the 2010 specials instead.
And he gives it a...
4.0!
And then there's a PS.
Can somebody else pronounce that?
Baka doza baka fopajo maho.
How dare you? You're a married man, Drew.
I didn't like the Doctor talking Jadoon.
Oh, really?
Why didn't the TARDIS translate? Again.
Oh, good point.
Ooh.
Wait, no. What do you mean, cause? Cause what? No, that's
no.
a super good question.
No, I was going to say because it didn't in Smith and Jones, but presumably the TARDIS wasn't in the hospital.
No, the TARDIS was on Earth and
Yeah.
the Jadoon were on the moon.
So, cause nothing. Cause retracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, awesome mini, thank you so much for sending that in. Matt from Manchester!
Woo!
Whoop, whoop. Next up, we have the first ever review from Michael Ridgway, who is someone who I know.
No way!
And I am utterly thrilled. Thank you for sending this in, Michael. Here is his 250-ish word review for The Stolen Earth. A brilliant Dalek story. It had everything. Explosions, Daleks, crazy loony Dalek Khan. More of him, please. A truckload of companion returns, Torchwood, and Davros. Davros is wonderfully chilling. Having waited 16 years for his return, I was initially disappointed that original Davros actor Terry Malloy didn't reprise the role. See this Michael Ridgway, he knows his shit.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
But Julian Bleach is suitably creepy, yet bonkers, and seriously underused in the recent Capaldi adventure. Grr. That's the one I was just bigging up.
Wait, this is the same dude? They're using the same actor. That's amazing.
Oh, that's nice.
The Doctor's look of terror when they Skype is brilliant. That was the word we were trying to find. We just went, fucking... But that was it. It was a look of terror.
That was the word.
Read Davros's timeline. Davros has a metal hand. Oh, great. We're going to look stupid now.
Oh, here we go.
Indicating this story takes place after his hand got shot off in brilliant Sixth Doctor adventure, Revelation of the Daleks. However,
Okay.
in Davros's last TV appearance, Remembrance of the Daleks, my first and favourite ever story, he was only a wired-up, disembodied head in a Beast Dalek casing. This was due to being chainsawed up by Absalom Dark, Dalek Killer, in the comics.
Oh, no way!
Who we had talked about!
Counted Absalom Dark!
Wow!
Oh.
So either Russell T ignored his final classic appearance, or this story takes place earlier in Davros's timeline. ... Also, could this be the last appearance of a milkman in a contemporary Who setting, given they now exist? Thank you for your show. It makes me smile, though I'm going to get really upset when you start trashing the McCoy era.
Oh. Don't worry about it, Michael. You're welcome for our show, and thank you for your mini. That was awesome.
So erudite.
Holy smokeroonies and cheesecakes.
First of many, we all hope.
Michael, officially our first listener in Pakistan.
Woo! Yay, Michael.
Michael.
And we think there may be a third mini coming to us through the ether.
Which I will be future punking here. Bing bong, future punking here. That's right, we got one more listener mini. This one comes from Tracy from America. Hello, Tracy. Tracy goes, hey guys, Past Tracy here. Hello, Past Tracy, I'm Future Punkin. Heard you got some other review so I can relax and make this short. Once again, I didn't remember this episode, and once again it was because I didn't like it very much. There's an awful lot of fan service for the spin-offs. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure it was very exciting for the people who have watched those. I did get very excited when Rose and the Doctor finally end up in the same universe, on the same street, running towards each other. So romantic, so fantastical. So why did the writer have to ruin it by getting the Doc shot by a Dalek? Ugh, whatever. Rating, maybe half a banana. I think I probably agree with your rating, but then again, I'm a huge fan of bananas. Why did the Doctor get shot? Because it's an awesome cliffhanger. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Tons and tons of fan service. Thank you very much for sending that in. Ladies and gents, you can follow Tracy on the tweets. High five her and tell her hi from us. She is at Yekatnyatnoof. That's Fountain Tracy. Backwards. Okie dokie, let's get back to the show. Ciao. Oh wow, wasn't that great?
So much fun.
Thanks, Tracy from America.
Is that it? I think that might just be it. Next up, we will be most likely dropping a classic review. It will be of The Mind of Evil. The next new Who review that we will be dropping will be of...
Journey's End.
That's right!
And sometime in the future, there will be an audio book review.
Oh, really?
An audio Who review of The Cannibalists.
Sure!
Any day now.
Until the next time, people can follow you on Twitter, I believe, Drew?
Yes, I'm still there. They haven't barred me yet. Drew back when?
Drew back when? Marie, you are not on the social
Still
medias?
avoiding all social media.
Well done. Good for you.
But as I said last week, she's at 158 Boop Road.
That just sounded like you said 158 Boob Road.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Boob Road.
Boob Road.
Yeah.
There is a Boob Road, isn't there? Someone's going to
be.
get junk mail.
If you like, you can send any manner of questions or comments, or both, to Marie at whobackwhen@gmail.com.
Please do.
Please do. You can follow me on Twitter as well. I am @Punkin. You know how to spell that. Thank you so much for listening, ladies and gents. Be rad and excellent. Until the next time, rock on and ciao.
Bye.
Toodles.
We did it! We did it!
Oh dear.
Kablamo! Did you enjoy the show? Then please do what the cosmos compels you to and spread the gospel of Who Back When. Tell your friends. Don't have any friends? No problemo. Tell some strangers. Like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Who Back When, all in one word. Are you on Google Plus? Then find us on Google Plus. That's plus Who Back When. And when you do, tell us why you're on Google Plus. Who Back When just got its very own Twitter account, no lie, so give us a follow. You guessed it, that's @Who-Back-When, all in one word. Check us out on SoundCloud, vote us up on Reddit, listen to us on Stitcher, and head on over to our website, whobackwhen.com, where you can leave a comment, submit a review of your own, and peruse our visual index of aliens, monsters, and more, which increases in kablamos with every episode. And lastly, give us a rating and review on iTunes. Not only would it make us super chuffed, and it really, really would, but as thanks, we will transmigrate your iTunes nom de plume into the credit list of trailers for fake Doctor Who audiobooks produced by Who Back When. Have a poke around our bonus episodes to make more sense of that. That's it. Rock on and be rad and excellent to each other. Catch your earballs in our next classic Who review, new Who review, or, still funny, audio Who review. Ciao.
Who Back When?